Sharing some games from the Lodge Wars 5 semifinals between Masterdebaters and Officio Assasinorum today. What up, everybody? Scuff D here. So I have got some videos to share between Officio Assasinorum, ChouPhatWang versus the Masterdebaters player Grotofski. This is a semifinals game, and so ChouPhatWang CPW. I'm not sure if he's the Lodge Master or not, but he's an active player, and he shared his games with me to get out there and share for anybody who's looking forward to see some more Lodge Wars action. This is the semifinals game. This is game one that they pitted off and played. So he's piloting Nerat Kyrene versus Vulcan. Honestly, I mean, Nerat is one of those warlords who is never going... Like, the worst game you can have is against somebody who is doing like a meme deck or a cruddy deck. Like, he's a very good warlord. Just in the fact that his ability is just copying cards. He's always going to give you cards. You will never be lacking of cards. You might not have cards that do great things for your build, but you'll never be lacking in cards. And then you can add on top of that, you know, the Orphans of War card pool. So this right out the gate here, having Chaplain Xavier sitting on your warlord and your Kai. That's some gnarly stuff here. This is looking. I mean, I know Vulcan can come up with some things at the end, but the longer he sits without anything to build, he's getting some Survivor on his warlord. He's getting more card options available to him. Is he planning on throwing down another unit? Okay, he's using the sacrifice, which is wise. He's got to get rid of that Xavier. And what's interesting here, because Vulcan can create teachings, so he can create those, but if he's got them in his hand at this point too, it's entirely possible that Nerat could steal a benevolence or resilience and then bring back his own stuff. So on top of everything else that he's got in his hand right now, which is really a lot of responses, he's got two flankers out there, a lot of wide damage. Man, there's a lot of response in his hand here, which is really going to go miles for this, because against the Salamanders, I mean, there's so much stuff that is just slow, that needs setup. I don't think they're going to get it. Why not? Yeah, shoot. So this is my first time watching these games. It took me a little bit to get them digested. They got sent over a couple different ways, so I appreciate Chow, as well as the I don't know the name of the other player who PM'd me to try to get these files to me. I haven't had availability to set up for any sort of other commentary or to include Chow in. I know he was open to that. I would have liked to. This week has just been kind of packed, and I didn't want to sit on these and not have them shared while they're relevant. We're going into the finals this week of Lodge Wars with Officio Assasinorum playing off against Master Class in the finals, and Masterdebaters is playing off against the Praetorians Lodge in the for third and fourth place. So, I mean, hopefully by the time you watch it, that series is not yet concluded, and there'll be a little bit of hype. But by probably within a week, I would be maybe two. I don't think this recent patch with the Emperor's Children has thrown out a whole lot of stuff. I think Fulgrim was the biggest question, which is understandable. Hold at all cost is highly abusable. But yeah, so this is looking. I mean, it's not looking too bad, but at the same time, it's Vulcan. Kind of the Salamanders. He's got that Dreadnought on the table. He's gonna finally get rid of Kai. Finally gets rid of Kai. I don't know how along he was hoping for that to come up here. But on top of that, I mean, we do have Scorched Earth, and we've got that Garridan squad. There's a lot of burst damage at the end here. If he sets up and there's no anti-stealth in Vulcan's hand, he can hit him for enough to finish the game potentially. Although he's going to take a beating here. He just lost his whole board. So we shall see. Okay, yeah, so he's going to be able to drop this. Very nice. If you get a command bridge and you can play it in the same turn, nothing wrong there. Yeah, between the if he doesn't have an anti-stealth or a front line here, that's going to really seal the deal. I don't even know if he needs the front line. Well, yeah, he'll need the front line. Nope, he doesn't have it. He's fishing. He's fishing for something, and it's not enough. Even with that extra survivor there, he's got the 6 plus the board wide damage, as well as the 4 energy attack. I'm trying to draw a blank on that Storm Talon or whatever it is. Not Storm Talon. Storm Talon's the other one. Yeah, right there. You hit him for 2, then hit him for 4, then hit him for the 5, or even if there was like one less troop, he could rely on that volcanic instability too. Yeah, the Red Talon Zephyr. That's what it is. That's what it is. Well, good game. Good game. So that's game 1.
I am the Emperor's executioner.
Game 2 we're going in here is Camba Diaz versus Russ. Not too bad. That's a decent matchup here. If Russ can get his stuff. But it's also a great start for Diaz. That's kind of a tit-for-tat thing here. Yep. No flankers in his hand. So if he draws flankers, great, but that extra little boost of juice might be enough to stall him out. And where's that turret gonna go? Okay. Yeah, the interesting thing about the Lodge Wars 5 format I want to mention is, every week was different. You had different players in lodges typically playing different players as a rotation, and then on top of that, you're not getting the same warlord. In formats past Lodge Wars, as well as World Cup, usually you'd have a player that picks a warlord, and then that's it. They run that warlord through the course of the tournament series. And this is one of those first tournaments, I think, really that kind of evolved week by week. So normally, like I think I did it with the World Cup. I'd like to do like a breakdown, like which warlords were picked a lot, or what was the key faction. I can't really do it this way around because number one, there was a lot more players playing. And it was rotated out, so it wasn't consistent. While there were people playing Diaz, I don't think Diaz was in every team every week. Same goes for, trying to think, like, who were the hot potatoes? Vulcan. Vulcan's played out in this one, but I don't think everybody was playing Vulcan. I know on Trader's End, we didn't have Vulcan every week. We didn't have the Ultramarines in every week. I think we had them the week following their balance patch for sure. I don't think the first 2 weeks we had them in there at all. So, just kind of interesting. Some data you can share and some you can't. It just kind of depends on what there is out there. And I don't think it really would matter because at this point, it's not just 3 players playing on a Lodge Wars team. Teams were comprised of at least 9 players. So it's a lot of different preferences, a lot of different play styles. He's pulling up with the phalanx. Very nice. Oh. Right where he doesn't want it to hit. I mean, like, if one of those would have hit his warlord, he'd have some better options going into this next turn. That's not bad, but he's... What is he up? He's 28 health. He's up 12 health here. It's kind of when we should put down that Gunderson earlier. Although, maybe he was looking just to put bodies down. There really wasn't an opportune time. Okay. It looks rough. It looks rough. That's not. I was just about to say that's not too bad, and then he pulls out the flanker. Man, yeah, the flanks with those Imperial Fists, like it's a really disposable flanker if you use it that way, but it's also very, very beastly. Especially early on in the game to help solidify against some units. Now I'm surprised I can't say I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised they didn't play Emperor's Wrath, but I think he had already determined that the flanking units that he was going to pull with Emperor's Wrath wouldn't have been enough, or there's just not anything left in his deck to really have been useful at that point. So now he's down 6, and he put let's see here. Is it? Yeah, okay. Well, I was going to say, like, he exchanged 6 for 4 damage. Even if he wouldn't have attacked that second time, just for 4 attack, he still would have taken it. It still wouldn't have been a great spot for him. So then going into Game 3 here becomes, both these players then know. Russ is going to get used, and Vulcan is getting used. So you've got like this design flaw is a smart inclusion in here, for the simple fact that interesting. I'm not sure why he played that so early. The Orbital Combat. I mean, that's a good card, but to play it so early, there's not a whole lot of tactics other than the Blood Claw and or the counterattack that you can play early on as a Space Wolf that's going to make a difference. Crucial Choice was banned in this format, so it's not even something you could play Crucial Choice on. So I wonder if he was just playing it because he didn't have any options. It could have been something to save later. Like, he could have played that last turn, and then this Russ would not have been able to heal his hunters. Very good. Yeah, putting troops on the board, even with Survivor, not always a good choice against Vulcan. That really, it's not terrible, but at the same time, it didn't do Vulcan any good here. He's a little down health. He's got to take care of those hunters just the same. Bring it out for 5. What's he got? Okay, alright. Still leaves that flanker between Russ. Yeah. Put out that Baelai. Between Russ and those flanking units, that's enough to take out that front line, and now you've got a big fat Baelai. So if he doesn't get Utracle at 7, that Baelai is going to be a monster. Or if he's got something board-wide to deal with here. He looks like he does. Very nice. So that's probably it. In this tongue is tied up here. That was probably a very smart meta choice for this game here. Board-wide damage that ignores ward in some way or shape or form. It's unfortunate that then you follow up with it and you've got to deal with Gunderson, but that's a great draw. That's just top deck. That's 2 turns of top decking sweetness. 3 turns if you count this move here with the flanker. Wow. Chow with the top deck. Even if he... I'm just looking at the math here, but Russ is a very math-heavy warlord. You wouldn't think it, but he is. But yeah, even if he pulls out resilience to bring out that guy, it's game over. He's got lethal in his hand. And yeah, even healing 4. He's got the Wolf Claw. He's got 2 attacks. He's got the Emperor's Executioners. Doesn't draw anything to help him out here, but I mean, this is enough in of itself to do the game. Well, good game, sir. Good game to Officio Assasinorum. So they are again playing Master Class in the finals. Good luck to the crew, and hopefully we'll have some more games to share.